at the beginning of the month, of every month. Like my cycle always start like on the first of the month. So I knew that it wasn't nothing from my period. I just thought it was something that I ate. I ate a lot of food. I've been celebrating. I've been out. So I'm just like, all right, whatever, it'll go away. I'm gonna shit that shit out later on tonight. 2 days go by. It's still there. So I'm like, okay, this is a tough one. Must be a big shit in there or something. So I'm just like, all right. Still not letting it bother me because it wasn't hurting me like where it was just like an abstruse, like just painful. It was just like a little annoying, like little pain. So I'm just not paying attention. This is when I started to get worried. On the 4th day, it was still hurting, but it moved from my pelvis area. Let me show y'all so y'all can get. Hold on. So the pain was started off here, right around in this area. This is where the pain started off. So by the 4th day, the pain moved from here to up here. Like it literally just traveled as if it was never there. It moved to like actually in the middle of my stomach where my intestines is. So by that time, I started to get kind of worried because the last time something like that happened to me, I had to go and get a colonoscopy, a colon cleanse. I don't know if y'all know what that is. It's when they stick the tube up your butt and they suck like all of the bad stuff that's in your body out. They basically just suck the shit out. Like all the shit that's backed up in your body, they suck it out. So I literally was like, do I have to go get another one of those again? But mind you, when I got that done the first time, I got that done about 2 years ago. So I never had to really I eat good. Like I eat all home cooked food. I don't really eat out like that. So I didn't get why my stomach was doing that again. So I was just like, oh, I'm going to just book another colonoscopy appointment. I'm going to just go get the shit sucked out of my ass. So I booked the appointment. I walk in there. I tell the lady like, hey, I think I ate something that upset my stomach. It's been 4 days. It's still hurting. You know, like it's not like, she was like, okay, well, can you describe to me what the pain is from 1 to 10? I was like a 5. Like it ain't nothing like, it's just like a little pain. Like I don't like to feel no type of pain. I'm dramatic. Anything that's, bitch, I'm going to the hospital. I don't give a fuck. But I was just like, all right. So we get on the table. She stick the little tube up my butt. And I was like, okay. And then she kept going. I was like, all right, that's enough. I don't think it could go no further. She was like, are you sure? Because it's supposed to be up there really far. And I'm like, well, it's starting to hurt. Like, is it like my butthole was a virgin. My butthole ain't nothing ever been in my butthole. So it was just really awkward to just feel that tube in my butthole. Because the last colonoscopy I did, that tube was smaller. Hers was a little bit, probably a little bit bigger. So I was just like, okay, that's enough. It don't have to go up that far. It felt like it was finna touch the spinal cord in my back at that point. So I'm sitting over there on the table, my legs up. I had to sit like this with my legs up because I was scared that if I was just scared that if I moved, I might break it in my asshole. I don't know. I was just nervous. So I'm just sitting on the table like, all right, this shouldn't take long. She turned the machine on. It instantly starts to hurt. I start to feel all the shit that's backed up in my stomach moving around in there like, oh shit, it's a vacuum in this bitch. Run. Like, that's what it felt like. It felt like everything that was in my stomach started running because they didn't want to get sucked out. So I'm just sitting there and I'm starting to notice that as she's sucking it out, nothing's coming out but water. It's just a ton of water. And I'm just like, where's all this fucking water coming from? But you know, I did learn in school that the human body is made of what, 80-90% water. So I'm just like, damn, it's a lot of fucking water. So I'm like looking at my stomach like, oh, it's getting flat and stuff like that. So then in the process of her sucking it out, I'm like, damn, still ain't no shit came out. And she like, no. She was like, maybe I need to massage your stomach. So I'm like, all right. So she turns the machine off. She put this heating pad over my stomach and she started like massaging my stomach to try to break up. She said she was trying to break up the big chunks of boo-boo that was in my stomach. But it was just like, I don't know. It was just weird. So she just over here massaging my stomach, massaging it, trying to get the shit to come out. Nothing coming out. We in there for about an hour sucking. And then I start to get this pain where it felt like somebody punched me in my stomach. And all I know is all of the tube, because what's nasty about the whole colon cleanse thing is when it come out your butt, you can see it. Like you can see the boo-boo coming out your butt. So mind you, the tube is in my butt. All I see is water. It's clean. The tube is clean. Nothing's coming out. And the moment I felt somebody punch me in my stomach, that whole shit turned brown. And all the shit just started coming out of my ass. And I was like, oh, because it just was hurting so bad. And she was like, yeah, that's it. Keep going. Keep it coming. And I'm just like, oh, just letting it all out. Like I just felt like my soul was taken from my body when I was relieving all of that was in my stomach. And so then it stopped. And all I seen was water again. So I'm just like, she was like, are you sure you were backed up? I'm like, well, my stomach hurts, so don't that mean it's backed up? She was like, you sure it's just not like a period cramp or something? I was like, I'm not on my period. And so she was just like, well, there isn't anything coming out. She was like, so do you want to continue or do you want to stop? I was like, we can stop. So mind you, I'm like, all right, maybe that wasn't the issue. So I get on the toilet. My body is all shooken up because at that point I'm just frustrated. So I get on the toilet and try to shit again to see if something else comes out. Nothing comes out. So I guess whatever she did do, it did help it a little bit because the pain, like, it wasn't as painful as it was. It went from like a 5 to like a 3. So I felt like it was something to do with eating. But then again, I don't know. Keep listening because the story is going to get crazy. So mind you, I've been dealing with this pain going on 4 or 5 days now. This is damn near a week now. So I'm just like, ignoring it. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm doing stuff. So I don't dwell on shit. I don't sit there and try to dwell on stuff. I try to keep it pushing and keep a positive attitude. So I'm still living my everyday life. Boom, bye, woo, wop, the bang, just chilling, just doing whatever I do. And literally, I'll say the 7th day, the pain moved from in the middle of my stomach to underneath my rib. Now, by the time it did that, I felt like I was about to die because I have to describe the pain to y'all for y'all to understand. It's like I seen and felt the pain grow. Like it felt like it started from here, it went here, and its final result was to get to my heart. Like I really felt like my body was under attack, like the way it felt. And when the pain got to here, it hurt for me to talk. It hurt for me to breathe. It hurt for me to laugh. It hurt for me to walk. It hurt for me to lift. It hurt for me to lay down. It hurted for me to do anything. Like, I was in pain. Like, it was a pain that I don't wish on no one. Like, when I tell y'all that I was in pain, like, I don't think y'all really understand. When I say pain, I mean like real pain. And I was just so confused because it was just like, how can something so little turn into something that big? Like, I was confused. Like, did I miss something? So I started trying to trace back what I did wrong to make me feel this pain. And when I started to try to trace back, I tried to come up with all the different scenarios of how it got up here, why it's there, what I did wrong, just everything. I was just like, you know what? Maybe this is just another little pain that's going to pass. I mean, it moved from here, it moved from there. Maybe it's just going to move somewhere else. So I dealt with the pain for 2 days. I, just was taking it easy. I literally was walking around holding my body. Like, I couldn't move without holding my body. So I'm just holding it. Then it got to the point where I couldn't hold it no more because I was breaking down. Like, I couldn't eat. Like, it just felt like I was dying. Like, do y'all know? I don't feel like none of y'all have ever experienced that. So y'all probably just listen and y'all trying to visualize it. But really, really put yourself in the mind of feeling like y'all about to die. And there's nothing that you can do about it. And there's nothing no one is telling you. At that point, I was literally in the bed crying because I couldn't even get out the bed. I was just in so much pain. And so, luckily, my sister was at home at the time. Her and her assistant picked me up and rushed me to the emergency room because I literally could not breathe. Like, every time I would do this, like, y'all know when you regularly breathe, this, like, it was like grabbing me, like it was like something that just kept punching me, like, and I'm like, oh my God. And every time I moved, anything that I did, it hurt worse. So the only way for the pain not to hurt is for me not to breathe, not to move, not to eat, not to drink, not to do nothing but literally sit there and die. Like, that's what it felt like my body was telling me to do. Die, bitch, die. And I was just like, this is unreal. This is unreal. Oh my gosh, so y'all didn't hear anything? Oh my fucking gosh.
It was on mute.
Oh my fucking gosh. I know I did not just tell this whole fucking story and nobody could hear me. Are you fucking kidding me? That shit just pissed me off.
Bro.
I just said some real shit. I'm over here crying and everything and they didn't hear shit.
Was you covering the speaker?
I don't know. Maybe I was covering the speaker. Y'all didn't hear me for real? Please don't make me tell it again. Y'all didn't hear me? Because I got to get to the creepy part. So basically what I was just saying was, y'all, that the pain moved from here to here to here. By the time it got here, I couldn't do anything. It hurt for me to do anything. If I breathed, if I talked, I walked, ate, it even hurt for me to lay down. It just felt like my body wanted me to do nothing. Like, the only way I didn't feel the pain is if I'd stop breathing and just stop doing everything. We can't stop breathing for so long. So it's like, it felt like my body was telling me to just lay here and die. Like, I couldn't do shit. Like, it hurted to do anything. And so I was just crying. Like, I couldn't stop crying because everyone around me didn't understand what I was feeling. Normally when people feel those type of pains, you can see it. Like, my pain was hidden. You couldn't see it. It looked as if nothing was wrong with me, but I was dying. Like, I literally felt my body dying inside. So luckily, the night that all of this happened, this is probably like what, day 7, 8, I think, because I dealt with the pain for 2 days. And the third day of me having the pain up here, I couldn't take it no more because it started to get worse. And so they rushed me to the emergency room. And when I got to the emergency room, I was in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. They had to pick me out. They had to pick me up out the car, put me in a wheelchair, roll me in there. I got in there. People was asking me, they were like, oh, what's your information? But I was like, I was having a attack. Like, my body felt like it was under attack. I couldn't calm down because I felt like something was trying to kill me. I'm like I couldn't breathe. It was crazy. So they just like, all right, well, let's just see what's wrong with her first. They rushed me to to my room. And when I got in the room and I finally calmed down or whatever, the bitch was over here like, deep breath, deep breath. And I'm telling the bitch, like, I can't breathe. You're telling me to do a deep breath and it feels like this side of my body is about to explode. If I take one more fucking breath, my rib might pop out my body. So I'm just telling her, like, ma'am, I can't breathe. Like, you're talking about deep breath and I ain't got no breaths. It ain't no more breaths. There's no fucking breaths. There's no more oxygen in my body. So she's just like, okay. So then what they did, oh yeah, they got my blood work. They made me pee in a cup. They kept this IV thing in my arm. Then they ordered an ultrasound. And they put the ultrasound on the areas that I was telling them that was hurting, which was up here, right up under my boob. And once they did it, I'm in there like just thinking all the most negative shit. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got liver cancer. Oh my gosh, I got a fucking keloid. I got a not a keloid. What's that shit called? The kidney stones. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a kidney stone. Oh my gosh, my bladder exploded. I'm just thinking of everything because I looked up my pain. And I don't know why I did that. Please never look up y'all pain. If y'all going through something, do not look up y'all pain because Google will have y'all thinking y'all about to die. I mean, it did feel like I was about to die, but I thought on Google said I was about to die. Like, they confirmed, bitch, you're dead already. Just go ahead, write your death certificate. I hope you got your casket ready. Like, Google made me feel like I was already dead. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. They said I had a disease, all type of shit. So at this point, I'm just like, just praying like, God, please don't let it be nothing crazy. Don't let it be nothing crazy. The doctor comes back. She's just like, you're all right now? I was like, yeah, but I'm still in pain because I had finally calmed myself down. And so she was just like, well, we'll tell you your results in an hour. Just rest. I'm going to turn the light off. I'm going to play you a movie. Just try to stay calm. Don't panic again. And I'm just like, all right. I'm laying in the bed. 2 hours later, the doctors come back in and tell me there's nothing wrong with me. When I tell y'all my heart broke, like I literally felt a piece of my heart ripped from my body. Because this is the type of shit you see in movies where the person feels like they're dying and they go to the doctor and the doctor tell them that they're perfectly fine. All their blood levels is fine. Their pee, it was nothing in their urine. They saw nothing in the ultrasound. Like, I was so confused. I'm like, so you mean to tell me I'm literally dying inside? Like, I feel my body dying inside. And all this technology, all these fucking tests in the world doesn't show what's hurting me and why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling? Are you serious? And y'all know when y'all go to the doctor, not the doctor, the hospital, that bill gonna be $10,000 if they just take your blood. Y'all know them bills is fucking outrageous. If you gonna go to the doctor before you go to the damn hospital, because they gonna tax your ass. So it was just like, I literally just got taxed for nothing. Like, literally. Like, I started that crying because I'm just like, all right, so yeah, I literally, it was something on my arm, something jumped on me. It scared me. I don't see it no more. You didn't see it?
No.
Oh, maybe I'm still tripping. All right, so yeah, I just started bust out crying again, and she was like, "That's good. That's good news." And I just wanted to fucking just throw my fucking pillow at the bitch, because it's like, you don't understand how I'm feeling inside, and you over here talking about some, why am I crying? That's good news. And it's like, I'd rather her came back and said, oh, well, you got this, just take this and you'll be, oh, y'all know how they do. They tell you what's wrong with you. They prescribe you the medicine. You take it and it be gone in like a week or so. So that's what I was expecting. So for me to have this pain and she tell me they don't see anything. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You saw it and you tried to make me feel like I was a delusional ass bitch. Everybody, oh my gosh, please kill it. Y'all must have left the door open.
I killed it.
You killed it. So, yeah, so for me to be dealing with this pain and she's telling me that they don't see anything, they don't get what's going on, is outrageous. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, maybe I am tripping. Maybe I just need to calm down and go drink some water, hydrate my body, and just do something other than what I'm doing. So I start calling some people, getting some different recommendations of what they think I should do. By that time, I don't know if the pain was scared of the doctor, but when I was in the doctor, it didn't hurt as bad as when I was in the bed. Like, it felt like it was almost about to kill me. And then when I went to the doctor, it knew that if it showed in the doctor, it was going to it's weird. Like, it was hiding from the doctor. Like, it hurt it. I still felt that it was there, but it wasn't grabbing my soul like how it was when I was in the bed at night. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. I go back home. Now listen, y'all, this is where it's finna get creepy. I go back home. I go and I say, you know what? I went to CVS. I got this pad. It's a heating pad, but it vibrates too. It was like $62. And it relaxes muscles. Excuse me. It does all of that. Anything that's pertaining to the body, it like heats it, relaxes it, calms it down. So I get a heating pad. I go to Whole Foods. I get a whole big ass case of coconut water. I get some black seed oil and I get some chlorophyll. And I'm just constantly drinking, trying to hydrate my body, drinking as much water. I'm drinking down to like 2 gallons of water a day, just trying to see if maybe the lady that gave me the colonoscopy sucked too much fluids out of my body. I thought that's what it was. I was like, maybe I don't got enough fluid in my body. Maybe it's nothing in it. That's why it's hurting. So I'm eating all of this good shit. My friend, she over here making me salads. Like, I was the most healthiest I've been in my whole fucking life. I was drinking nothing but water, eating all the fruit, eating all the salads, not the cheap salads from like Zaxby's. I was getting real fresh cut up, everything. I was putting the most best shit in my body. And I was still in pain. And by, I want to say, the ninth night is when I knew that I was about to die. The pain moved to my shoulder. So it was hurting here and it was hurting on my shoulder. So I'm like, this shit is starting to take over my whole body. My ankle started hurting. Everything on the right side of my body just started to malfunction. Like, it was to the point. So at this point, I'm in tears again. And my mom and dad was over. I was so thankful they was at my house when this happened. So I'm over here thinking I'm over here. I got the most, I went and got the icy hot shit. I got the strongest one that was in the store. It was some shit called Tiger. They said that like the Chinese people use it. I don't know. It was the strongest icy hot. I'm putting it everywhere, all over. Like, I smell like a fucking lighter fluid. I don't know. I just had it everywhere. I had it all over my body, trying to stop anywhere that was hurting. And I'm still like limping. I'm literally limping. Like, I can't even walk. I'm over here holding my body, limping. And then I was just like, well, I'm sleepy. I'm tired of limping around. I'm finna go upstairs and go to sleep. So I get my heating pad. I lay in my bed. I heat it up. I put it on the areas that hurt. And I start to go to sleep. Within 3 seconds of my eyes closed, like I said, it started to take over my whole body. My shoulder, ankle, everything just started to hurting. And the pain went over from here to my whole, like, it just took over my whole entire body. And I was like screaming. My mom and dad ran up the stairs. I was like, I literally was crying to them. Like, they saw it in my eyes that I was really in pain. They picked me up, took me to the Rockdale Hospital. Now, mind you, the hospital that I went to before was not even to be racist or anything, but it was white people. And I didn't feel like they really cared if I was okay or not, because when I first walked in there, they was kind of like trying to tell me that I'm over exaggerating, I'm doing too much, in a way without saying it. Like, so I already felt some type of way being there already. And so I told them, please don't take me back to that hospital. Like, I don't care where y'all take me, just don't take me back to that hospital. I didn't feel in their spirit that they really wanted to help me. It was kind of a thing where they just like, it's just another fucking patient, bring the bitch in, put her on the bed, give her her gown. It was one of those type of things. So when I went to this hospital, I went to a predominantly black hospital. The doctor was black. The nurses was black. The receptionist, the people that's in the front was black. Everybody was kind of black in there. So when I came in there, my dad literally had to carry me. My mom and my dad carried me from the bed, walked me down the stairs, walked me to the car, put me in the car. I'm literally crying. The doctor, the hospital was like damn near an hour away from me. I'm crying. I was crying for an hour straight, all the way to the hospital, because it like literally was like this close to killing me. Like, I dead ass felt like I was about to die. And they just was like crying. Like, I could see my mom heartbroken. Like, my baby is like in so much pain. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I get to this hospital. Now, when I get in this hospital, the people was like on high alert. The moment I walked in, I didn't have to say, like, my parents didn't have to say shit. 2 nurses ran out. What's wrong? What's wrong? What we need to do? What we need to do? They grabbed the wheelchair, put me in a wheelchair. They're rubbing me. They're like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. They're taking me to the room. Because I'm screaming. Like, it felt like I was giving birth. Like, that's what it felt like. So they rushing me in there. I'm sitting in there. They hurry up, put me on the bed, hook me to the, they put the IV in my arm, and she gave me, it was like a bag of water that she put like a bunch of medicine in, and she hooked it up to my arm, and all the fluids started coming from the bag into my body, because she was just like, I have to calm her down. She's too, like, she's not, we can't figure out what's wrong with her acting like this. So they was trying to calm me down and get me stable. So after the fluids start coming into my body, it kind of, like, I want to say, it neutralized the pain. Like, it was still there, but it wasn't hurting. It did the same thing that it did at the other doctor's office. Like, it kind of tried to hide again. So the pain just started to slowly, like, calm down. Like, it was like fading away. And I literally was like dozing in and out. I was trying to stay awake. I was dozing off, staying awake, and I went to sleep. And then the doctor came back in there and woke me up after they took all my stuff and they ran all my tests. The doctor came back in there and told me the same fucking thing. And my mom was just so pissed, because she's just like, y'all mean to tell me y'all don't see anything wrong with my daughter, and she is literally screaming, like, and you can't see anything on this test. There's nothing in this hospital that got, just, it's nothing. You mean to tell me there's nothing, there's nothing. And they were just like, ma'am, her blood is perfectly fine. Her urine is perfectly fine. We just ran her through a whole CAT scan. So I had a CAT scan and I had an ultrasound. The other doctor did the ultrasound, and this doctor did a CAT scan, because I told them they already did the ultrasound and didn't see nothing. So I needed to step it up a notch. So they did the CAT scan. And so they were like, we don't see anything. Like they were literally confused. Like, they were in shock. Like, they couldn't believe that they didn't see anything. But the water that she put back in my body, that all the water that the lady took out of my body, I did feel like that helped me, because the pain was still there, but I could deal with it a little bit more better now. So I'm just like, all right, well, what do you guys suggest? They were like, normally when you have pains in this area, is normally caused by your gallbladder. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's called a gallbladder. And it was like, maybe when you got the colon cleanser, it just made something in your gallbladder, like, it just irritated it probably. I don't think it was nothing bad. It was like, because you would be like probably dead by now if it was something serious. That's what the man at the hospital told me. He was like, because normally when infections and stuff like that happen, if you don't jump on it right then and there, it's a possibility of you dying, because you will be backed up and stuff. And it was like, and you said you've been dealing with a pain in your stomach for damn near 2 weeks now, and you're still alive. So they was just like, I think you might have just irritated it. And I'm like, okay. So they gave me this medicine, and I went to the pharmacy at Walgreens to pick up the medicine. And I was taking the medicine. I didn't feel like it was doing nothing. I felt like it was kind of just me putting unnecessary medicine in my body that I didn't need to put. So at this point, I kind of gave up. Like, I really felt like I was just finna have to deal with this pain, because this is really what happened in the movies. Like, these people get these diseases, these pains that it's uncurable, that don't nobody know why and how it got there, and they deal with it, and then they just fucking either get better, it's a miracle, or they just fucking die. And so I was just like, I know I ain't did nothing that bad in this world for me to be dying this early. Like, I just know, like, I was just so heartbroken. Like, I just felt defeated. Like, I felt like everything that I worked for, everything that I believed in was just swept from up under me. Like, my heart was broken, like, to pieces. Like, I didn't even feel like myself. Like, I literally felt like a sick ass patient that been in the recovery center for 2 years. Like, I couldn't believe it. So something just told me, call your prophet, because she's protected you this far. I know it's something that she can tell you of what's going on with you. Oh my gosh. So y'all listen to this. This is going to be the titty grabber when I tell y'all this. Are y'all ready for this? When I tell y'all what my prophet told me? I need to know, are y'all ready for this? Because this is when I really started crying, because I couldn't believe it. So when I talked to my prophet, she came to me, and normally when I'm just not doing good, she normally can sense it, and she'll text me, or she'll call me, or she'll just check on me. She's been with me since I was a little girl. She's like my guardian angel, so she knows when something's wrong with me. So she was already sensing that something was wrong. So I just beat her to the punch. I called her first. And so when she called, when she answered, I could barely talk because I couldn't breathe. So when I was talking, it was like broken up. Like my words was broken up because I couldn't fully complete a sentence because I was in so much pain. And she just broke down, and she was just like, my baby. She was like, you in so much pain. I can hear it. I can feel it. And she was just like, I told her what was going on, about how I went to 2 hospitals. They told me nothing was wrong. I told her how I changed my diet. I told her how I was drinking water. I told her how I told y'all from the beginning. I told her from the beginning, and it spooked her because she was saying that what I was dealing with wasn't health related. It was something that somebody may have put on me, like a hex or a curse or like some type of shit, because the pain wasn't detectable when it came to the doctors. The pain felt like I was dying. Like, it didn't feel like a regular pain when you get sick and you know if you keep taking Theraflu you're going to get better. The pain was like it was in my body, like it was placed there. Like, it wasn't like I did something for me to get sick. I've never had any health issues. I've never been allergic to anything. I've never even been to the hospital before. Like, that was my first time in my life, other than when I was born, being in the hospital. I've never had to be in a hospital for anything. I've always been healthy. So for me to go from being healthy to in 2 weeks being in the hospital 2 times was horrific. Like, I was like I was traumatized. Like, I could not believe that I was going through this. And especially after all of these blessings, why would I be going through a tragic after I just had all of these blessings? I just had literally the best glow up in 2020. I became a millionaire. I bought a house. I bought a car. Like, all of these blessings happened at one time. Why would somebody that's highly favored right now be going through a tragic? Like, you get what is that connecting in y'all head? Like, it don't add up. It don't make sense. That's just like somebody get on the Hall of Fame and then they just fucking die out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck? Like, they just made it. Why would they die? Like, it felt like one of those scenarios. So I was just in tears, and she was just like, yeah, someone had to wish bad on you, because if you took the medicine, you tried the natural remedies, you went to the hospital, and no one can see what's hurting you, and you're hurting, someone put that on you, and I'm about to get it off of you. And it just, like, I could not believe it. Like, I was just like, why would someone want to wish bad on me? Like, I'm barely in the mix. I barely do stuff to people. Like, I'm not one of those people who you see on the internet that you just say, that bitch gonna die one day. Somebody gonna beat her ass one day. She gonna get shot one day. Like, I'm not one of those people. Like, I'm just not out here just being wild. I believe in karma, so I try to be good and nice and sweet to everybody. I just didn't get why me. Like, why did I have to go through something like that? So, she had me get the Bible. Mind you, all of this is going on, right? So she's telling me this. She's like, it might be a hex on you or something. So I'm just like, what the fuck is a hex? So I'm over here looking it up and everything while she's talking to me about it. And I'm just like in shock. So she like, do you have your Bible? I always have my Bible with me. But when we was in the process of moving, a lot of my stuff got packed up in my bins and stuff. So I couldn't find my Bible. So she was just like, I want you to get out of your bed and repeat this scripture after me. And I'm telling her, like, I'm in pain. Like, I cannot get out of this bed. Like, I'm literally glued to this bed. She said, if you continue to stay in that bed, you will never get better, and that pain will still be there forever. And she was like, you have to get out of that bed. You have to. You can't let that pain take over you. You have to get out of it. You have to find the strength, the energy somewhere to get out of that bed. I got out of the bed, nearly, damn near crippled, about to fall over. She said, now put your hand over the pain and repeat after me. So I put my hand over the pain and I repeated what she wanted me to repeat. And she was just like, keep saying it. Just keep repeating it. Keep repeating it. Mind you, it hurt to talk. So I'm literally over here dying doing this. Like, I'm literally feeling myself dying trying to say it. Saying it. Saying it. Saying it. And she was like, okay, now walk out of your room and tell whatever's in your body to leave, and it no longer can live in you. And so I'm just like doing everything she's saying. And she told me to get the Bible and turn to Psalms 23. And when I go to sleep, leave the Bible open on Psalms 23 and place it over where I was hurting. And tomorrow it'll be gone. I woke up this morning. This happened yesterday. I woke up this morning. And that pain was not in my body. It's as if it never existed. Like, I was never hurting. Like, it literally got up and walked out of my body, like, vanished. I was in disbelief. Like, I could not believe that something that I was taking all this medicine for, drinking all of this water, just doing all of this for, was just gone. Like, as if I never had it. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm healed. Like, it's not here anymore. And it's like, I literally felt like I was done. I felt like I was dying. Like, I don't think no one understand what I felt that day. It felt like no one in the world could help me. I felt like I was done. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. I was helpless. I was so helpless. And all she did was prayed over me. She prayed over me, and she told me that pain was going to be gone tomorrow. And it was gone. I woke up and it was gone. I didn't feel it. I was breathing. I was walking. I could do everything that I was doing before it even touched my body. And I'm saying all of this to say that your blessings isn't meant to be shown to everyone. You don't know who's secretly mad at you, who's secretly just upset that life's not going the way it's supposed to be going for them, and they seeing you living your life. You just don't know what people is wishing on you. And when people are saying that they're praying for you, you don't know what they're praying about. You don't know what they're praying for. You don't know what, like, the motive behind them praying. They might not even be praying for good stuff. They might be praying for bad stuff. You just never know. And just having people around you in your energy, in your space, you don't know what people are just like, what they're thinking. Like, they could secretly just hate the fuck out of you. And you don't have nothing but love in your heart for them. And they just can't, they don't love you. Like, it's just something about them that you just irritate their soul. And they just wish just bad on you. They just wish something bad would happen to you. And I just want to say that y'all have to be very careful. You can't eat everything. You can't allow any and everybody in your space, your energy. You have to protect yourself, because that very moment, if I wouldn't have called my prophet, no telling where I would be right now. Like, I probably would be damn near on my last breath right now. Like, I don't think y'all understand the seriousness that I'm, like, what I'm saying to y'all. Like, this is the realest shit that I'll ever speak on. I don't even speak on shit when it happens to me. I just take it, take it to the head and just keep on going with life. But I had to tell y'all this because I don't know who else is out there dealing with something like this. Listen, this pain was undetectable. No hospital, no doctor, no nurse. Nobody could tell me what was going on with me. I was dealing with this pain for 2 weeks. My prophet prayed over this pain, and it was gone when I woke up in the morning. Like, that's some real ass shit. Like, dead ass. Like, that's some real ass shit. So I just wanted you guys to know that. I didn't want y'all to think that I was just bullshitting, because I saw a lot of comments that irritated me about, oh, she pulling a Chris Sale stunt. She ain't really sick. Nothing's really wrong with her. And little do y'all know, I'm damn near on my last fucking breath in the bed. Like, I couldn't breathe. Like, and that shit just took all of me, And so I just wanted y'all to know that God is real. If you don't know him, you need to know him. You will not survive in this world if you do not know him and you do not believe in him and have faith in him. Do not get caught up in this hype, this materialistic shit, all of this shit that's going on in this world, because you can easily get caught up in that shit and lose yourself and forget about him. And in the mix of all these blessings, you have to give thanks to him. You have to let him know that he's number one and he's the reason. You can never get blessings and think, oh, I did this by myself. This ain't nothing but me. I did this. I ain't had no help. He will take that shit back. He will take it back. He will give it to you the same day and take it back the same day. Like, literally. So y'all have to pray more. Y'all need to go to church more. Y'all just need to be more in tune with y'allself, with God. Just like, seriously, because I believed in God, but this right here really made me a believer, because I knew it was him. It was no explanation of how this pain just walked out of my body like that. I knew it was him. So that's all I have to say. I probably look crazy. But yeah. It's crazy. That experience traumatized me, and it just made me, more woke and more thankful. Very, very much more thankful. Like, I was always appreciative and humble, but it just made me more appreciative. Not even just the things that he blessed me with, I'm appreciative to be able to wake up in the morning. I'm appreciative to be able to walk, be able to breathe, to be able to eat, to be able to drive, laugh, be sad, cry, and not can't do it because I'm in pain. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just so, like, I just look at life different now. When you're almost on your deathbed, the things that you normally would appreciate, that shit don't mean shit no more. Like, it's like, the hell with it, the hell don't. Like, I'm appreciative of so much more other things now. So that's my story. I really hope someone learned something. I hope someone took something from this live. I hope it helped anybody that was going through something or struggling. Like, when they say prayer fixes everything, it fixes everything. It's not one thing that prayer cannot fix. Don't do no, and when you do the prayer, you can't do the prayer and not mean it. Like, some people do prayers and they don't know how to pray. Like, you got to have a powerful prayer, not one of them little, God, can you please take this pain away? Like, not one of them type of prayers, like a real prayer. So that's all I have to say. Y'all got food upstairs? Yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. But I'm about to go eat. I love you guys. 100% okay. I feel so good. We will be getting back on YouTube and doing some videos. I'm not sure if I can save this live, but if I don't, I'll retell the story on YouTube, so y'all can go back and share it and send it to anybody y'all want to send it to. But I'm not going to be able to save it because it's not going to let me save it because it's too long. But yes, love you guys.